What's up, Zoomers? In this video we'll cover how to write a hello world in NuxtJS. So what I mean by this term is actually we will be introducing the basic or a super simple application using NuxtJS. So you will get familiar with the super basic concepts like dynamic routes, how to handle routes, and how to create a first Nuxt application. So here is my terminal. So as you can see on their website, if you go to the docs section, from there if you go to the installation, so you have this command. If you're using npm or npx, just use this npx create nuxt app and then the project name. So we are going to do the same, npx create nuxt app, and we'll call it, let's say, test, or just call it yt app. So it is going to ask you a couple of questions. Let's just quickly answer it. I want JavaScript, I want npm, and you can see they also providing the UI framework that you want to use. So let's just go with Tailwind CSS. We don't want any one of these. By the way, the content module that they offer is actually a Git-based headless CMS, which offers you the features like creating blog using Markdown. So if you want that video, or if you are interested in that kind of content, if you want to know how to create a full blog application using NuxtJS, you can comment down below and we'll start making the videos on it. So we don't want the linter as well, so I can skip it just by hitting enter. And now you can see the testing framework. I'm not going to go with the testing framework, so select none. And then you can see this thing, universal SSR and SSG and the single page application. So the basic difference between these two applications, these two options is, if you select the single page application, then when you will build your application, you'll get the only one file, which is index.html. But when you select the SSR or SSG, so if you're using the static site generated website using Next.js, then at that stage the static pages will be generated corresponds to every single route, so it will be much faster. So we'll go with the universal SSR and SSG. And now you can see the development targets. So I will go with the static because it's easy to store, host a static Next.js website. So I will go with it. And you can see development tools. We don't want any one of these, so I'll just skip it. They want my GitHub username, so it's VueJs coder. So version control, go with Git. Alright, so we need to wait for a while. In the meantime, I want you guys to know that I have created a blog using Next.js. It's actually going to be my personal blog, and I will be writing all of the upcoming videos content in it. So basically you will be able to find the text version of my videos. So if you wanna check it out, so you can go to this website URL called blog.divcon.com and you will see my blog there. So I have a couple of articles here. They're not perfect. This whole blog is in development portion. Some of the things are not working, like this email list and other things, but overall you will be able to read the article like this. So it is going to be much better option, because earlier what I was doing, I was providing you guys the link of Gist or the GitHub repository. So I think it's a better solution. So okay, so you can join, and if you want to be part of this development, you can clone this repository or you can contribute to this repository. You'll find it at github.com/vvscoder/vvscoder-blog. So this is the URL for this blog. If you want to contribute, you can check it out. Anyway, so let's go with this. You can see successfully created the project YT app. To get started, you need to do all of these things. So since I am using a remote machine, I will open my code server. So if you are using VS Code, feel free to just go into it and just type code in space. In my case, I need to open code server. Alright, so here I'm going to open a folder. So let's just go with the open folder. And once we are here, so we'll go to the home directory, and there you will find the YT app. So let's just see. Here we have the YT app. Let's just open it. So the folder structure of Next.js is a bit complicated as compared to VueJs, because in VueJS you have simple directory structure, having a source directory where you can where you have all of the source codes. But in this case, you'll find a couple of folders. So first one is the assets. It is going to contain your assets. Components will contain your components. Layout will contain your layout. These names are self-explanatory. In the future videos, I will actually make detailed videos on what layouts are, how to create custom layouts and other things. In the same way, middlewares are basically the kind of hooks that you can use. So if you're going to use the Firebase auth with it, so then you will see the use of middleware. In the pages, we have pages. So pages are basically again Vue components, but they are basically the pages. And just a quick thing to note with the pages is you will be able to use a sync data method in it if you're using the content module. So we will cover the content module in future session. We have the plugins, so it is going to contain the plugins. Then you have the static. Here you can store all of your images and other things. And then you have the store. So store, as the name signifies, it's a VueJs state. It's a VueJs store. So NuxtJS provide the out of the box integration with the VueJs. So let's first of all run this project and let's see how does it work. So let's run it. So we'll do npm run dev. All right, so you can see it is start running. It will take up a while to build the project, so just wait for a while and let's open our browser. Alright, so you can see this is our application YT app. So this is our super simple, super basic application which is created using NuxtJS. Let's modify it. So if I go back over to this location, we'll go to the pages here. So you have the page index.view and you'll see you have all of these styles here. So I will remove all of the styles from here. Alright, so we can have a div here now. I'll just say h1.text-to-excel and then say hello world. So you can see I'm using the Tailwind CSS utility classes here. Okay, so let's take a look at the browser so you can see the content is changed. So this is how you can start running the NuxtJS application, and this is how you can write a super simple Nuxt application. Let me show you how the layout works. So if you go to the layout, by default, all of the pages uses the layout called default. You can create a custom layout. So if I want to create a custom layout, I will do custom layout. For example, let's just name it custom.view. So we will add the view template here, and this is going to be the place where we are going to write our layout. So I will use a div here and we'll just add a simple h1 tag and say the name of the layout is custom. So I will do something like this, and then here we will have another div, and this is going to be the main content. So here you need to add this tag called nuxt. Okay, so this is the place where the content will be rendered. So out of the box, as I mentioned, that every single page will be using the default layout. So if you want to use the custom layout, you need to explicitly specify here. So you can see this is the default layout. Now let's see how can I use the custom layout for this index.view page. So you need to go to the script section here and go over here in the export default, and here you can actually specify layout to be the layout you want to use. So in our case, it is going to be custom. So use custom and save it. So it's going to take up a while, and over here you can see now we are getting the custom layout. So what basically happening is all of the content that we are writing inside the index.view file is being rendered inside this Nuxt block. So this is how the layout works. Now talking about the dynamic routes, so corresponds to every single page, NuxtJS will create a corresponding route based on the name of the page. So let's say if I create an about page, for example about.view, and here if I use a simple view page, and let's just use okay, let me just wrap it inside a UL tag. All right, so here we have the about section. So what Nuxt will do, it will create a route for the about page. So if I go to the home page here, now you can see this is the home page, right? Now if I try to go to the /about, now it is going to load that about page. So you can see now we have the about page. So this is how the dynamic route works. You can create any number of pages you want in the pages directory, and corresponds to every single page, Nuxt will generate a dynamic route. So yeah, this is it for this video. It was a short introduction on how to create a super simple Nuxt application. In the future videos, we will be making more videos on NuxtJS, so stay tuned.
roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way, yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start.